Mark, of course, it again points up this particular issue, but what did we hear in the court itself?
Well, yes, you're right. This is exactly the type of behaviour that the Inspectorate of Constabulary highlighted in their reports, and today we will see the end result of a prosecution brought about by the behaviour of these individuals as they shared grossly offensive messages on a WhatsApp secure group with the convicted murderer, PC Wayne Couzens, who of course kidnapped and murdered Sarah Everard in March of last year. Now, these offences didn't take place at that time. They took place 2 years before, in which the defendants were sharing messages that were racially offensive towards people of disabilities, and one in which Joe Borders was talking about raping a female colleague. So grossly offensive messages that the defendants during their trial here put down as just black humour within the force, but the judge, in telling them that they had to come back for sentencing here today, said that actually they knew fine well that this went well beyond black humour, that the fact that it was shared amongst a very small group of people on a secure encrypted messaging service showed that this wasn't a humour that they could propagate towards the wider community or indeed other officers within the force. It was shared between a very small number of officers who the judge said felt that clearly this was a safe space to share these views that they knew would be deeply shocking amongst ordinary members of the public and other fellow officers.
So what sort of penalty could they be facing, Mark?
Well, in theory, they could be jailed for up to 6 months. That is what the magistrate has in terms of their ability to pass a sentence. Any higher than that, of course, and you've really got to be heading up towards the Crown Court. But this was a case that was tried in the Magistrates Court itself, so it is at the lower end of offending. However, grossly offensive what these individuals were discussing on that WhatsApp group is. So potentially a maximum of 6 months in prison, certainly hefty fines, community service. We'll have to wait to see what the judge decides should be the appropriate penalty for what these officers were doing. But as I say, grossly offensive messages which were in breach of the law shared amongst this WhatsApp group.
OK, Mark, outside the court there, thank you for updating us. Back to you, of course, as we hear more about the sentencing.